When I first decided to live with a Filipino family, I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had traveled across Asia, stayed in hotels, hostels, and even couch surfed with strangers. But nothing prepared me for the experience of actually being part of a Filipino household. The very first day I arrived, I realized I was about to learn things that would completely change the way I see family, culture, and life itself. From the moment I stepped into their home, I was greeted with an explosion of warmth, laughter, and curiosity. It was like walking into a celebration, even though it was just an ordinary day. Everyone came out to say hello, from the grandparents to the little kids, and even the neighbors who happened to be around. There was this overwhelming sense of welcome that I had never felt before in any other country. And that was my first shock. Filipinos are unbelievably hospitable, and it's not fake. It's genuine. It's in their culture and DNA. They don't just welcome you into their home, they make you part of the family right away. They ask you if you've eaten, and trust me, they won't take no for an answer. Food is a huge part of life here, and I quickly learned that meals are more than just eating. They are a time to bond, laugh, and share stories. This was another shock, because coming from a culture where meals are quick and often done alone, sitting down to eat 3 times a day together with everyone was a big change. I was surprised by how much love and effort went into every dish, from the adobo simmering for hours to the fresh fish someone had just bought from the market. And every single meal was accompanied by rice. Yes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rice was always there. When I asked why, the answer was simple. A meal isn't complete without rice. At first I thought it was too much, but after a few days I got used to it, and honestly, I started to crave it too. Then came the noise, and I say this with love, because a Filipino household is never quiet. There's always music playing, kids running around, someone laughing, or singing karaoke. Yes, karaoke in the living room, even on a weekday. It shocked me how fun and alive the house always felt. It was impossible to feel lonely, and that made me realize something deep. They actually live together, not just under the same roof, but truly together. Everyone knows what everyone else is doing, and while it might seem like there's no privacy at first, it creates this incredible sense of belonging. If you're sad, they notice. If you're happy, they celebrate with you. This shocked me because in many parts of the world, families are disconnected. Each person locked in their own room on their own phone. But here, togetherness is the default. Then there was the respect for elders, which blew me away. Every time someone came home, they would take the elder's hand and put it to their forehead. This is called mano, and it's a sign of respect. I thought, wow, this simple gesture keeps the whole culture grounded in humility and tradition. I started doing it too, and felt like I was part of something beautiful. Another thing that shocked me was how resourceful and hard-working Filipinos are. Every single member of the family contributed something, whether it was money, chores, cooking, cleaning, or taking care of younger siblings. Nobody sat around waiting for someone else to do things. It was teamwork in action. This completely changed my perspective on responsibility and family roles. But it wasn't just serious work all the time. They knew how to have fun. Even when money was tight, they would still find a way to celebrate birthdays, fiestas, and random weekends with food and music. This shocked me because I realized happiness here isn't tied to how much you own, but to who you are with. I saw people sharing what little they had with neighbors and strangers, and I thought to myself, this level of generosity is rare in the world. And maybe that's why foreigners like me fall in love with the Philippines so easily. Of course, there were funny shocks too. like how every family seems to have at least one dog or chicken wandering around the yard, or how slippers are mandatory in the house, or how suddenly everyone switches to Tagalog or their local dialect when the conversation gets juicy, and you just sit there trying to guess what's going on. But instead of feeling left out, I always ended up laughing with them because the vibe was too good. Another shock was how faith plays a huge role in daily life. Before meals, before leaving the house, even before sleeping, there's always a short prayer. This taught me gratitude in a way I never practiced before. I found myself slowing down, appreciating little things, and feeling thankful for every day. But maybe the biggest shock of all was how hard it was to leave. When it was time to go, I didn't expect to cry. But I did. I realized that in a short time, they had become my second family. They didn't just host me, they adopted me and taught me lessons I will carry forever. That love can be simple. That life doesn't need to be complicated. That the richest person isn't the one with the most money, but the one with the biggest heart. So when people ask me what shocked me most about living with a Filipino family, I tell them it wasn't one thing. It was everything. The kindness, the food, the noise, the respect, the laughter, the way they turn ordinary days into celebrations, and how they made me feel like I belonged in a world that sometimes feels so disconnected. Living with them didn't just shock me. It changed me forever. And if you ever get the chance to experience it yourself, do it. Because you'll come out not just with memories, but with a deeper understanding of what it means to be human.